Yes, look, just a quick fact from Frank McScasey in Dunedin. He says, evidently, misspending $340,000 of taxpayers' money isn't grounds for immediate resignation. Yet if any one of us were caught making such illegal payments, the Serious Fraud Office would certainly have something to say about it. They might not actually. I think it's got to be over 500,000. But I take your point, Frank. Followed by a court appearance and a reasonably stiff sentence in one of Her Majesty's institutions, prison, not Parliament. Oh, to be an MP. Frank can occasionally have a very dim view of the world. Now, Anna Paquin won her Oscar. Her parents started guarding her privacy very carefully, which was very wise. But it means, over the past 5 years, we've really heard from her. She was 11 when she won the Oscar. She's 16 now, a young adult. So tonight's interview is quite a treat. This was done in Los Angeles. Anna's latest movie is called A Walk on the Moon. Not a lot of trees in it. No, I'm sorry, I don't know that. A Walk on the Moon. It's just been released there. This from Shauna Stafford.
She says it's her piano and she won't have him touch it.
When was the last time you tweezed?
What?
As in your eyebrows.
Never. Why?
I have. My first date.
And I remember when I saw James Dean when I was a kid give a feeling of adolescence and rebel without a cause. And I thought that Anna's work was as significant, was as deep, was as honest.
Anna Paquin.
When Anna Paquin won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in The Piano, Hollywood was stunned. At 11 years old, she was the youngest person ever to win that award. In the 5 years since, Anna's risen to become one of the movie world's most in-demand young talents, acclaimed for her emotional range and flawless American accent. But it'll be some time before she's no longer asked about that win.
Yeah. And when they called out your name, you went up there, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, I'm not even going to be able to see over the podium, you know? Right. And then if I can, I'm not going to be able to say anything. I'm going to be too scared, and I'm just going to stand there and with my mouth sort of open, gaping, and not being able to say a word.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Anna's latest screen offering is A Walk on the Moon, in which she plays a teenager struggling to come to grips with adolescence and her parents' marital problems.
Where were you?
You don't always tell us where you are.
I'm the grown-up.
Are you?
Now, we're getting so used to hearing you do this American accent. I'm just wondering, it sort of seems funny to hear you with your Kiwi accent.
No, well, I had to do an American accent for films that are set in America. I mean, it's kind of like, I couldn't do it without one, so...
Was it hard to get it? I mean, people talk about how flawless you are at your American accent now.
It's not really hard at all. I mean, I work with a dialect coach, and it's pretty easy. It's not too hard, really.
The film was produced by another Oscar winner, Dustin Hoffman, who knows a thing or two about acting.
I think that Anna Paquin hit a level of adolescence that I'd not seen on the screen any kid play.
This is the most exciting night of my life, and you're not going to ruin it for me.
No, of course not. I was just worried. Maybe you weren't feeling up to it, you know.
I'm fine.
You look so womanly. You see my Shayna cup? You become a woman, the world looks brighter.
Don't tell Daddy I got my period.
But despite the accolades, Anna isn't exactly comfortable with the subject of fame. Since The Piano, I mean, your life has just must have been extraordinary since then. Tell me what it's been like over the past few years.
I mean, obviously it's not exactly like every other teenager's life, because most people aren't making movies, but in every other way, I'm completely like all my friends, you know.
I want to know where you keep the Oscar, though.
I keep it in my closet.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You don't have it out on display?
No.
Oh. Doesn't seem to be the right approach. I would have imagined it.
No, well, I don't really want people, when they come over to my house, to think that they have to comment on it and sort of like talk about that and sort of point out, oh, you know, you're different, you know, this happened and that. You know, I don't want that kind of attention from myself when I'm just at home doing, you know, my everyday life. I'd rather people just treat me normally.
Is New Zealand still home for you, or are you living here?
I'm back and forth a lot more, but I mean, I still have my home in New Zealand, and that's where all my friends are and my family. And
how are you going to control this career that's becoming so sort of solid for you? I mean, you're only what, 16 now? Have you got an idea of how to direct it?
No, no. I'm not really too conscious of stuff like that, really. You know, I don't know what I want to want to do for the rest of my life. I mean, 16 is really young to say, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and this is it.
Do you like being famous?
I don't really think of myself like that.
Wonderful, isn't she? Yes, I don't think she might not know she wants to do that, but it's probably, you know, it's probably better way of life than making meals early in the morning at the back of Wellington Airport, isn't it? Anyway, A Walk on the Moon was released in the States last month, not being released in New Zealand until November. Those were our people today. That's Holmes Tonight.